So it's movie tickets actually will create application, a sample application, not like a full-fledged application. So there is a model. Okay, within model, one second. Yeah, sorry about that. So let's create this is maybe the ticket, right? What it is. So ticket will be having private in price, private in category. So what category it is and what is the price for that one. So similarly, we need to have a movie. What movie it is? Okay, this is actually we have. Now we have actually a service. Uh, so how it works is, yeah, this is movie. This is ticket. Okay, and we have actually a service called actually we have auditorium also, and one more thing actually, auditorium. So these are our models. So what happens is in auditorium, so there is a, for each movie we need to create a database, right? So we'll create like a movies database. In this one, what it will be there, right? For each time actually, what is the auditorium? Okay, what is the movie associated it, and how many tickets are sold? Will updating in the DB. So, and we have here print service. Okay, where actually it will tag a movie and ticket, and it will print the total price and everything. So we have, similarly we have movie service. So where actually what it does, it goes or not movie service, it's theater service. Let's take it. So what it does, it will go and update the movies database. Like if any new movie is coming, it will go and update the movies database. and we have booking service. So this booking service, what it does, this will look at the movies database, and it it uses the print service to print the tickets associated to it. So this is what actually we have. So let's go on first create movies database service. Movies DB. This is not model, so this is service. Okay, so here, right, instead of storing them into anywhere, actually what I'm going to do, I'm trying to store all the details in a local database called a map actually. So private map. So this is auditorium. I don't have auditorium. In model, actually, I have auditorium. Auditorium, what it has like a private string name, like a screen one and everything. Private int capacity, seat capacity, how many seats it has. Okay. This is what it has. So in movies database, I'm going to auditorium. What auditorium? And what is the movie title? Okay. New hash map. Okay, while instantiating the class itself, I'm trying to create the database as well, like all the details, what movie it is and all. So let me take. Oh, I'm sorry. Today not spring, right? I said like it's before jump onto. I'm really sorry.
Design patterns.
Design patterns. I told. Okay, okay. Yeah, good thing. Yeah, first actually, I'm sorry, I'm still there in the movie, but actually we'll see design patterns today, not spring. I'm totally confused. So let me create a constructor here. Same for ticket. Also, I will create a constructor. Okay, so I will create some details here. New movie. So movie title is, let's say, any titles we have. For now, for simplicity's sake, let's make this as a data string. I don't want to do any complications with the conversion and everything. Screen one, capacity is 50 seats. And this is new movie. Screen 2 capacity is 100, screen 3 capacity is 70, screen 4 capacity is 60. So we have actually four screens in the theater, and we are launching all the release dates. Maybe like, let's take today is 10/6/2022. One movie. 10/01/2022. One movie. 10/04 or 10/10/2022. One movie. 10 to So this is like a Gandhi's murder. This will be, maybe let's name anything like a Dune. This movie will be, yeah, Godfather. I think that's got released, right? And here, any other movie we got released? Uh, okay, Sita Rama, Ram, Ramam. Okay. So these are the movies, and we kept it here, right? This is what our database. So now what I want, right? I want this, the problem of, okay, let me show you now. Mm, uh, Key map equals to new map. So I just created, this is also, let me make private. So this is a booking map. Whenever a booking made against a movie, we will go check against a theater, what screen it is. And then, actually, I think I should have reversed it. We go by movie, right? Not auditorium. So what we will do, right? Whenever actually it's movie database, right? Public wide update, booking. So here actually somebody will pass a movie, okay, and int movie, actually a movie title, and then also they will pass or string string movie name in number of seats. So what it does, it will go and I'm just explaining the functionality first. It will go on update the movie, right, uh, against the number of seats. So first, actually, where this job is, first it needs to find what movie it is. Okay. So for this, actually, what it does, it will go to this auditorium movie map. Okay. Dot. So first, actually, I need to find a key set, right? Key set dot stream. I'm streaming it. What movie it is, and then till the time actually I found movie name. Filter. Okay. Movie name m equals to m dot uh, m dot movie name dot equals movie name. Okay, 1 second. I will. I am using just a normal map because actually I want to get the movie and then instead of getting the filter and then get one and all, actually this way it's more convenient. So if movie dot, okay, it's not there. I think getters are not there. Generate. I created getters. So if movie name found here, right? Uh, if not found, then we'll throw new exception. No movie found. So it's throws exception. For now, actually, I'm not going with any of the custom exceptions, just exception. So if movie found, what we are going to do, we need to update this booking map. Okay, if movie found, okay, if booking map dot get movie, I think we need to implement hash code and everything as well because I'm using the get right on the map. So generate equals on hash map. Okay, I generated it. So now if booking dot get not equals to, or let me take, let me put it in another way. If booking map dot contains key of uh, this movie, okay, if it contains key, then what we need to do, we need to check against this integer value is less than this number of seats, okay, and the screen capacity. So int available seat capacity equals to or you can take it here itself. Before even coming, we know like what is available seat capacity, right? Auditorium map dot get of movie dot, let me create getters for this one also. Get capacity. So this is my seat capacity, whatever available seat capacity. Now if it contains, if not contains, it is easy. So booking map dot put whatever the movie and then number of seats. Okay, so we'll make something like yeah, we just update that one. Okay, we don't need it to do anything for now. So if booking map contains that one, right, what we need to do, this available capacity, okay, minus this one already existing seats. How many seats booked? So it's like a booking map dot get of movie dot booking map dot get dot, yeah. So this will give you like already booked seats. Okay, now this should be greater than my number of seat tickets. This value should be greater than, is greater than or equals to my number of seats. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to update this again. Number of seats plus this value. Else again, it, if it is less than that one, that means actually no seats present. So what we do, we'll throw new exception. Not enough seats available. That's what actually we'll do it. Okay. Now, right, this is my program. Let's go and actually I will create a new booking service as well now. So any user actually will come here and will book for public void book movie. So what they will just pass string movie name, okay, and int number of seats. This is what actually they will do it. Here actually we'll call movies database and we'll pass these values. Okay, if no exception, then we'll go for the we'll issue the ticket. Let's assume that we'll issue the tickets. So now, right, now my question is, okay, how I can call this one, right? So let's say that I am using movies database, right? So these are like a non-static methods. Okay, let's come here. So what I will do here, movies db equals to new movies db. Okay, movies db dot update booking. So I will pass movie name and number of seats. So it may throw exception. So maybe I will surround it. So here instead of returning void, maybe I will return Boolean if booking is successful or not. So this one, if any exception, then what it do? It prints stack trace, okay, and then return false, or else actually it returns true. Okay, this is what my program it is. So now the problem here is, right, every time actually I'm calling this one, okay, a movies DB, it's creating a new instance. How many number of times actually I'm calling? It's creating those many new instances. So let's take let's write a JUnit for this one, and we'll see experimentally like how it works. Let me create the package first. Booking service test. Okay, now I am writing testing for this one. Public void test booking. Okay, this is my test method. Now what I'm going to do, booking service equals to new booking service dot book movie. Expecting it's already a new movie. New times actually I'm booking it. So let me make it actually boolean return value equals to book movie. So I am booking for yeah, Sita, where it is. Yeah, Sitarama movie. I want to book 10 tickets. Okay, now right, as that condition yesterday we spoke about, right? I don't need to put as that equals here. There is another method called as that true. So it actually evaluate it's equal to the same thing is equals to as that equals expected result is true and return value. These both are same actually. You don't need to do if it is true, right? You can just go with as that true Boolean cases. Okay. So now you will do this one. Now what I will do, right? I will also write another test case. Test booking fail or failure test. So in this case, right, I already booked here 10 tickets, right? So what I will do now, I will go and first actually I will book Sitaramam. How many? What is the auditorium size? It's 50 capacity. So what I will do here, here, right, I will, it's already booked 10 tickets here. Now I am trying to book 50 tickets. So my expected result is the result will fail. We should not have enough test case, enough data, right? That's why it should fail. So there are a couple of problems here. Let's actually go one by one. First, actually, let me run this one. What happens? Let's see. So before even jumping onto here, actually, if you notice here, the test case execution is not in how you write the test case. It takes its own way. So how it works is, it takes actually a chronological order. So you can give like a test order here. One second, let me see it. Yeah, test method order. All right. Yeah, fixed method order. Fixed method order. Order. So what we'll give? We'll give ascending, uh, name ascending. Instead of default, actually we'll give name ascending, so that actually this method will be executed first because it has a extra thing. It will come next. So let's see now. Yeah, so it's executed in the order what we want. Okay, now let's see like why it's coming. The movie name is not found. It's throwing like exception, right? So no movie found, no movie found. Why movies DB? Okay, I know the reason. Why? Because it's still continuing it even after the finding it. So if it found, actually what we'll do, we'll say break here. Yeah, both are passed. So far, no issues. Now, right, let me put in a debug mode. So you can see actually in the debug, right, uh, you can see how many times actually how many objects are created here in the left hand side, right? So it's up. What I will do here, booking service test, right? Uh, Book movie. Okay. Let me explain one more time actually. Now actually, if you notice before even jumping onto this one, uh, so actually two test cases are passed. How actually it is passed? How it is possible? When actually with the first test booking method, I already booked 10 tickets, right? But when I'm booking again 50 tickets in the second method, it is it is also passed. But actually here is it should fail as that false. I'm expecting like a false statement here. It should not have this one. So let's actually go step by step. Now let's debug this one. So what is happening with the first test case, test booking that coming from the line number 14 here, as you seen here with this one booking, I'm going here. So if I execute it, it's creating a movie database, right? So booking dot put. So what it is going to put now? It's going to put movie database updated number of seats as 10 and available capacity is 50. Okay. Booking map actually it's updated as you seen here. Booking map is updated to movie name is Sitaramam and the value 10 seats are already occupied. Okay. Now very good. Test case is passed. Okay. Now it's coming to second method. It's a fail method, right? It's coming here. Okay. Now here actually we are going here. If you look into this one, I am actually creating a movies database again one more time, the new instance. So as soon as actually the movies instance is created, see here actually booking map actually is empty within this one. So its booking map is empty and even though seat capacity is exactly 50 what I want and it passes that 50, it's not showing that there is already a booking available. So that's why actually the test case is passing it. No exception, nothing is happening. Uh, yeah. So I'm expecting fail, but actually it's coming as a pass only. So my test case is failed actually. My program is failed, not test case failed. My program is failed actually. It's giving me wrong result. So I need to fix this one. What are all the ways?
So we need to give the condition to book the if I think, but the movie name is Sitaram. The screen
Mm-hmm.
it has some screen name. We have
Mm-hmm.
to fix the condition. If book more than 50, we have to give like that. The seat capacity is more than that. Like that, we have to give.
Yeah, so that's what actually here it is. If it is more than capacity, the problem here is, if you notice, in the booking service, I'm creating a movies database. Always actually I'm creating a instance. You know
Yes.
that, right? When you create an instance,
Instance, new object will
this
be created.
instance variable will be instantiated every time. It's a new
Yes.
actually. Every time a new instance will be created. So if you want actually like let's look at this one. Uh, so what I'm going to do, I put like a system dot uh, out dot println. I am executing on object movies db. So let's print that hash code value. So I the number, right, whatever it is. So let's print this one. So it's okay, this one. See, the number is different. So actually every time actually we're calling this method, this movies db is creating, and whenever actually this movies db is new, right, this set will be created new. That's why actually you are not okay. Now actually booking map, right? So you got actually, you can see the same thing again here. System dot out dot println booking map is let me print hash code. See, now actually if you notice this one, booking map is empty in both cases. It's not updated, but actually if you see after updating, so if you notice, this is the first movies db instance, and booking map actually it's created whenever actually new created, right? This will be created a fresh data, it will be created. Okay. And subsequently it has empty data, right? We saw here actually empty, and on that object actually we are updating this one. So booking map actually it came like a with some value first. Okay, so you can notice, oh no, yeah, here actually size is 10 here, 50, and here actually it is size is 50. So it's coming up like a different value is coming up every time actually it's coming, right? Instance, every time a new movies db object is instantiated, and so actually these values also coming up, new values are coming up here. Okay, new values are coming up here. This will be like a refresh new data every time this object is created, right? So it's something like this. Movies db is the class, right? So you create within this one what you have. Within this one you have uh what is this booking map. Okay, booking map is a new object. So now actually for this class, you are creating a object. Let's say this object is, so here booking map, it's movies DB object. Movies DB object. Okay, movies DB object. And here booking map is empty. This is created. As soon as actually you say like a movies DB equals to as soon as you say new, okay, this object is created. So similarly, another object is created here. Two objects are created. So every time actually this value here, right, becomes empty. So far you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Everybody understood that one. So this every time actually you create new, right? Within the data actually, this will be also a new data set will created with that one. Everything will be new. Even the method is new. It has its own. It has its own actually uh, set of data. This is, you know that, right? Class is just skeleton. Now objects are there. With objects actually we are creating memory. So the memory is allocated for each object. That's the problem actually what we have seen here. The movies database actually is inside the method, and every time actually we are calling that method, it's creating a new method, and that's why our program is failing. So okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create, okay, I found that, okay, this is the issue. Maybe let's make a class level variable. So instead of creating every time in the movie, so whenever this booking service is created, I'm going to it's going to be the same movie DB, and I'm going to use the same object. Instead of this one, right, will be wiped out. Only one object is created. So it doesn't matter actually, and the booking map is also updated accordingly. Let's see actually if that fixes the issue. Assertion error. Why? It still didn't fix the issue, right? The reason is, see here again, the problem is now with booking service. Though actually you are giving here book value, this value is uh, a, a instance variable, but here in the test class, that service is being created multiple times. So again, what we will do, we will take this one and we will take an instance variable of this one. So that one object is created here, okay, within the test, one object of booking service is created. And when one object of booking service is created, one object of movies DB is only created. And if we execute now, the test should still failing. Only one object is created. Okay, I got it. It's no, it's 50, right? Booking map, test booking. Okay, the test case is still failing because this one is actually every time it's creating a new object. For each test case, it's creating new object. Let's see actually. what service actually we are referencing. Let's see actually if it is printing the same thing. See here, you notice that, right? Service actually, the ID is different. That's the JUnit way actually. It's a little different in JUnit. It's not the main program. If it was a main program, it's completely different. Okay, let's say that I'm just deviating a little bit. Without this one, what I will do actually, I will create a main method here. Within main method, here actually I will call test dot booking one test dot. So in this case, right, everything will pause. Let's see. See, it came like a no, not enough seats available. The exception is thrown. The reason is, see, actually the booking service is 7, it's ending with 795. It's also ending with 795. So this is the way actually main method execution. But actually we are writing JUnit, right? In JUnit, everything is different. JUnit, it creates, even though actually it's within the same class, for each test execution, it actually creates this object for each test execution. We have actually a different way of doing that one. If we want actually to avoid that one, maybe we can use static so that it will become a class level variable. That way actually, if we execute it, yeah, if we execute it, now actually it should pass it, not enough seats. It's a JUnit program, it pass it. No, it's not JUnit passed. Yeah, this one, right? Yeah, it passed, right? JUnit is passed. So we need to create static. In JUnits, actually, if we want actually any instance variable need to be created only once, then we use static. But static and all actually it's a painful process. Like it's if anybody else using a non-static static instances and all, right, it's not worth it actually to use it. So what is the other solution? Right, that's where actually we come like a singleton. What singleton is, right? It's a design pattern. A singleton design pattern is actually when I want to restrict my object to create only once throughout the life cycle. Within my JVM, I want to create an object only once. If the object is already created, I want to reuse it. So what happens, right? How it works? So now actually you are any class. Let's take this is class. This is class, right? Let me take it up a shape itself. This is class. So you create class, right? By creating the instance. What you will do? You will create, let's say this is some class of any, for now actually I'm not doing anything. So what you will do? You will create a new, let's name this one class as my class. Okay, this is your class. So as soon as actually you create new my class, what happens? It creates a instance called maybe it's like a my class, whatever the reference you will give here, right? My class A equals to, you are giving that one, right? So it will create a called my class, but A. Now actually whenever you create my class B, it's going to create another object called B. Okay, this will create this one. But what we want to do, right? We want to restrict actually whenever actually this new class is created, right? We want to restrict actually it can only create uh, only one object. But how can we restrict? So as anybody actually with a new class, they can create an object, right? Anything actually, if you create like this is a student, as soon as you create like a new student, the object will be created. But what are the ways actually you can restrict actual creation of that one? So to answer that one, we have actually a concept called modifiers, access modifiers. This will come to play here actually. Access modifiers, we have what access modifiers we have? We have private, we have default, we have protected, and we have public. Now you guys tell me like what is private? What is private?
If you make class as a private, we can access within the class. I I mean I'm telling like an object. If you make a like a if you we are creating any variables, it make it as a private. We can use within the class only.
That's correct. So
Yeah,
it's not about class is a private. If a class is made private, it can be accessible only in the within the class.
package.
It's not accessible, yeah, anywhere within the inner class basically.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is access modifiers to methods and access modifiers to constructor, access modifier to uh, uh, variables or instance variables. So if you make like a private, okay, it's actually accessible within the class. So what I'm going to do right here, instead giving this was there. So what I'm going to do now here actually same thing. With this one, now actually what I'm going to do here, private my class. So this is what actually I'm going to update my class in this way. So now what happens? Only the instance will be created only within this my class, and nobody, if I create like this one will actually now here it may work, here it may work, but this one right here it will not work. It will show a error, right? This will show an error. Why? Because my class is, my constructor is private, and I cannot actually call a new class if a class constructor is final. So that's where actually I cannot create any instance. Now forget about actually creating the restricting one instance or two instances. Now actually I cannot even create instance. So let's see that one, right? So I'm going to MongoDB, MovieDB. So here, as I said, right, there was actually a default constructor, default public constructor. Even though if you don't specify, there will be always in a until unless you specify in a class, there will be a default public constructor. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to override it with private DB. So now there is no public constructor. It has only private constructor. Now, as soon as I do, right, if you go into booking service, see, actually started giving error out, saying it has a private constructor, but I cannot create any access. So this is ruled out. I cannot even create any instance. Now, what is the way actually to create the instance? My goal is actually to restrict to only one instance. But now, instead of creating the instance, instead of creating even like a multiple instances earlier I was creating, now I'm not even able to create instance. So what I will do, I know like a private is coming up with the uh, uh, class scope only, right? Now another one actually, it comes up. Static. What is static? What is static? I just now told you. What is static?
We need not create an object for it. If we mention static, we can change the
That's
value
correct.
of that.
That's correct. No, it's not right. Cannot change value is not right. It's a static is a class level in class level variable, class level method. It no need to create instance of that one. So now what I will do, so that means actually in order to access anything static, I don't need to create I don't need to create a instance of that one. So that's why actually I keep on explaining you, right? Here, not here. In many times actually I was even here. See, static, right? If I create static, in order to, if the same thing, right? Let's take here actually, in order to access these two methods, non-static methods, I have to create a instance like this, and then test booking, I need to call it. If I don't want it, so I cannot call them, even though actually I am in the same class and everything is there. I cannot call them because these are not I'm in a static block, static method, and these are non-static. So if I give like a static, yes, it works, right? So static is mainly the static is more like a class level uh, class level attribute in the sense class level variable or class level method. So using that actually, you can call that particular one without creating the instance. Even if you see like a utils and all, actually what I explained, it's like a without even others here, right? These are actually static. We are not creating other instance, right? But we are calling the methods in that one, fail and all, right? We are calling other equals, right? Because it is a static one. We are calling on the class one. So similarly, this way, what I do, I'll create a way. Okay, I will create one more method called, it's a public scope. So it's a public scope. Okay. So what I will do here actually, public scope static, anything actually. Now what it and return type is, it returns this class instance, my class. Maybe I'll type like a get instance, this method. Okay. So, and then I will also create this class instance, right? So my class A equals to new my new my class. So here, right, I will check within this condition static, I will check actually if a equals to null or instance. I'll let's make it instance or anything that anything instance equals to null. Okay. Then instance equals to new my class, or it's not even required now. Okay, just actually for the simple one. Now here I will return instance. Let me explain it one more time. So what I'm going to do with a private, right? I will make this static. Okay. With a private constructor, I can create within the class. Actually, I can access constructor, right? So within the class, actually, I created an instance like this, and using a public public get instance method, static one, I am returning this instance class, so that actually every time a new object, it will not create any object. The only way people can access is get instance method, and the instance it will return already created instance. It will not create another instance, it will create already created instance. Okay, so this way what you can do, you can create only one object within the JVM. So far, any questions? Yeah, so let's take it practically now, right? As I mentioned, right, booking service, I will go here in the movies DB. It's a private constructor. It's a private constructor is there. So what I'm going to do here, one more private instance actually I will create movies DB instance equals to new movies DB. So this is allowed, right? This is allowed because though it is private constructor, I'm still creating the instance within the class. Okay. And now, in order to get other people this instance, what I'm going to do, I am creating a static method, public static. Okay. What it returns, movies DB instance, it will return. Okay. Now let's say get instance. It's a no argument, just like a this one. Now I will return instance. It cannot access the non-static variable, so I need to create a static return instance. This will return instance. Now here, right, what I'm going to do, instead of go movies DB like this, even I can bring it up to the method level or anywhere actually. Let's say movies DB. Instead of doing this one, how I will call that one? Movies DB dot get instance. So what it's going to do, this get instance, it will go here and it will create already created instance and it will return it. So it's not recreating any instances. It's only one time it's created. Okay. It's only one time it's created and then it's returning from the get instance method. Whoever calls, right? It's maybe this guy is calling, or let's go here in the movies test. Even here, right? You can call it movies DB get instance. Let's see actually what it returns. I am in booking test, right? So movies DB is, so if you run this one, right? Let's run the same program again. It should pass it. But if you notice it, actually see booking service test, it's the same 750. It's same 750, it's executing. So only one instance is created. It's not created 750. Only one instance is created. And that instance is sharing across all methods. Okay. Are you able to follow this?
Yes.
So get instance method is, so singleton is nothing but, it's very, very important thing. Singleton is nothing but, okay, 3 points, remember that one. Singleton is nothing but first point is uh, first point is there will be only one object exists within the JVM. If JVM is different, actually it's different. That means actually the program is terminated, right? Now the program is terminated. Now, if I relaunch it, it's not 750. It may be something else, it may come. So it's still coming 750, but it's not technically the same object because it's killed and recreated. Okay. Within the JVM, there is only one object exists. So how it exists is actually a private constructor will limit creation of objects. Okay. Next one is a static get instance method will return an already created instance for all requests. So these 3 points, basic thing is these 3 points. So what is singleton? There will be one object exist within the JVM, and they will ask you immediately like how is it possible? It's simple. Actually, we'll create a private constructor so that nobody else can create an instance, and then we'll create a static get instance or static method, okay, in order to return a already created instance. So anybody actually calling, they will be calling they cannot call, they cannot create object, right? So they will call this get instance method and get the already created instance. Okay. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. Any questions from others?
No, sir.
Okay. So now, right, this is called like a early loading. Sometimes actually we may not be using this movies TV like booking service, right? For example, actually there is another one, print ticket. For just I'm giving hypothetically, print ticket. This is using something else actually. So if I'm calling this one, right? Okay. Why actually this need to be loaded? So let's see, actually, let's go into this one. Let's do this one. So now, right, what I'm going to do, I am not calling this test booking at all. Okay, I'll comment out this one. I'll comment out this one. I will just call public void test print ticket, which is like a nothing actually. Service dot print ticket. This print ticket is just dummy method. Just for explanation, actually, I am doing this one. Even though actually I am not using movies DB, but movies DB object will be created because it's on the static. This is a static instance, and it's created whenever actually the object is created, right? So last time actually I explained you the static will be automatically executed whenever your JVM is loaded. So let's see actually whether that is true. What happened? Okay, no tests found. Okay, now let's see actually if I execute it. Okay, indicate. So it's not executing here. Public void I am alive. It's executing only here. Okay. It's I need to revisit this one, like why it's not executing. But look this one. What I'm trying to say is, this is like a early loading. Whenever the JVM is loading, actually we are loading this constructor as well, loading this object as well. But it may not be necessarily actually to load this one until unless somebody is calling this one, right? So let I mean, one more way is let me try one thing. If I wait movies DB, what happens now? No, it's not loaded. Yeah, I will revisit on that one actually, why it's not reloaded. Generally, right, static will load it actually no matter what actually, if it is there. Maybe if JVM, the version whatever I am using changed, it's rectified or not, I'm not sure. I need to revisit the documentation. Yeah, so here, right, within the getting where it is movies TV, what I'm trying to say, this is like a early loading. Whenever JVM is loaded, right, this method will be loaded by default, and it start executing all the memory, right? It start occupying the memory. But why you want to actually, when you are not using this class, right? Why you want to make why you want to actually load up your memory, right? So what we do, right? So instead of doing this one, this is early loading, right? So I will comment out this one, and I'll create another instance. This is called like a lazy loading. Okay, lazy loading instance. I just created a name that lazy loading instance, and then I created this one. So here, what it does, it returns this one. But here, right, lazy loading instance, whenever get instance method is called, during that time only actually it will create an object. So if equals to null, okay, equals to new movies DB. This is the way actually we'll create it and we'll return it. If movies DB is not null, right, then it will not even go into this one, and it will return the object actually at the same time. You know the difference. Just look at the difference. Early means even though if we are not using that, loading that one. Lazy means lazily loading. Like whenever it is required, that time actually loading it. That's the only difference. Yeah. So all test cases are passed with even with lazy loading. Okay. Any questions on this one? Lazy loading?
No, sir.
Okay. So just the thing, lazy loading is one more time I'm repeating it. It just whenever you are calling that get instance method, that time initializing that one. On the first request, lazy loading. Lazy loading is in the first request. Early loading is on the startup. Okay, that's about. I mean, this is still there are this is basic singleton. Okay, we when we cover threads and all right, we cover more topics also, like how you can synchronize this one. Like if multiple threads are coming and trying to instantiate, actually, what's the best way to deal this one? Also, there's a concept called enum. So how we can use enums actually to create singleton also we'll learn about in coming classes. But to start to spring right, this is the first good start actually. Eventually we'll in spring actually by you don't need to write this much code actually to create singleton in spring. It automatically creates singleton instances by default. So how does that works and all actually we'll cover it in coming classes. Once I cover factory and builder, we'll jump onto spring. These are just actually stepping stones for spring. Okay. We can call for today. Any questions do you have?